Hey everyone, today there was a recent passing in the entertainment world, and I wanted to just kind of talk about that briefly. Someone who made a big impact on my childhood, and I'm sure many of yours, and was a part of one of the most iconic franchises of the 1980s. And that was director, actor, writer Harold Ramis, who passed away today at the age of 69. It's always, unfortunately, when an entertainer, someone that you grew up with especially, passes on. Harold Ramis, of course, famous for being Egon from the Ghostbusters movies. I'm a huge Spangler fan. He's my favorite of the Ghostbusters, always has been. The way he delivered lines, even as a kid, I always laughed most at his lines. And even with the sarcasm that was abundant in the film, some of the lines he delivered just so perfectly and so well just make me crack up every time I watch it. The Ghostbusters movies, of course, are a major part of my childhood, even though I was a little bit young when the original Ghostbusters, actually I wasn't even born when the original came out, and I was pretty young when 2 came out. But because of that, when I was a kid, I got a lot of the toys and other stuff for Ghostbusters secondhand. And I loved the movies on VHS to the point that I would wear out my copy of Ghostbusters 2 over 1. As a kid, when I was real young, I liked 2 a little bit more, even though certain parts of the movie scared me, and the original as well. There was just something about them that made me love, ghost hunting in general. Something that I've always kind of kept with me. The paranormal in general has always been an interest of mine, and I guess Ghostbusters was kind of the beginning of that. Even though a comedy at its core, still had elements of the ghost hunting and all that, and just was so cool. And Egon, Harold Ramis, was a huge, obvious part of that. And besides just Ghostbusters, which is such, I think, what many people will talk about. It's kind of like the main thing a lot of people will talk about with his passing. But, of course, was a director of many other films and was a great writer as well. Just look at some of the other stuff he wrote. I mean, some of the best movies of the 80s, and one of my favorite movies of all time, and was one of the last movies he directed. Caddyshack, the all-time greatest comedy golf movie, and that's over Happy Gilmore. As much as I love that movie, Caddyshack is the all-time great. It encompasses so many great comedic actors in the movie, and so many different things going on, and to be able to kind of pull that all in, every actor had their moments, and it shines, and everything's well put together. Just became an all-time instant classic when Caddyshack was released. A movie that I actually just recently watched a few weeks ago. Still laugh at it, even with, just from the animatronic gopher and Bill Murray to the Rodney Dangerfield and Chevy Chase. It's just, there's so much going on, and there's so many laugh out loud moments. He was a part of one of Bill Murray's funniest movies as well, Stripes, and then of course directed the iconic National Lampoons Vacation movies. The first one, Vacation, which spawned a large series of vacation movies, and that movie is just filled with brilliant moments. And you have to think that how much he had a part of being able to direct those scenes, just everything from just the ending of the movie when they finally get to where they're going and everything's closed, and it's just, and even Ramis himself plays the voice of the Moose character, Marty Moose. Awesome stuff, and so many great memories there. And along with all that, probably one of my top 10 movies ever is Groundhog Day, and he was the director for that. Another Bill Murray movie, which was a consistent theme with his films. But Groundhog Day is one of my absolute favorite movies. I've laughed so much at the movie. Just a movie about someone reliving the same day over and over and over again. Kind of became a thing. Like, if you say instead of deja vu, you may say I'm having a Groundhog Day. Like that became even a thing. And still today, I'll even say it from time to time. People ask me what my favorite holiday is, and I'll say Groundhog's Day just because it's funny to me, and it always makes me laugh at the movie. Whenever I'm feeling crappy, whenever I'm down, something's going on, Groundhog Day is the movie I will throw in and watch to cheer myself up. And obviously, without Harold Ramis, I may not have that film. I won't have that film. I wouldn't be the same film. And so, a big part of my childhood, one of my favorite movies of all time. Losing Harold Ramis is a big loss for the entertainment world. And I take this moment to kind of just think of all the great moments. We won't see the Ghostbusters 3, unfortunately, but even getting to play Ghostbusters, the video game, a few years ago, and having all the cast reunited, one more time, and doing the voice acting was just so awesome. Just so many great memories. And I think everyone who grew up in the same era and before me was affected in some way, shape, or form by Harold Ramis' work. One way, shape, or form. You've probably seen at least one of his movies, and definitely probably laughed at one of them as well. So rest in peace, and that will wrap up this little vlog. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below, what is your favorite Harold Ramis moment? Egon moment, especially, that'd be even awesomer. You gotta love that. And or what's your favorite movie that he directed? Is Groundhog Day, Stripes? I think he just wrote and was in Stripes. I don't think he actually directed it. But either way, what's your favorite Harold Ramis moments? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching.